If it's in Hampton Roads, it's on the Hampton Roads Show.
And welcome to the Hampton Road Show. Our live studio audience today is from the Virginia Beach Justice Initiative. Coming up a little later, we'll find out about a symposium they're hosting that is a call to action for human rights right here in Hampton Roads and around the world.
And he's back. Chef Mike Farrell from Still in Portsmouth is in the kitchen today, going to show us how to make a tasty fall fruit crisp to celebrate Fall Restaurant Week in Portsmouth.
And speaking of chefs, on this week's Wreck on the Road, I caught up with one of the biggest names in cuisine, Emeril Lagasse.
Fun. Plus, summer flip-flops and T-shirts are giving way to fall boots and sweaters. We're going to get a look at this season's hottest menswear trends from the folks from Legends at Patrick Henry Mall.
Yes, I know. I got the boots today.
Yeah, you're rocking the boots, girl.
You got the boots, but we're talking men's boots.
Oh, yeah?
That's men's fashion.
Do you wear boots?
Do you wear men boots?
I got some men boots.
Could you wear them on the show one day?
Work boots?
like
I do have work
boots?
boots, but I have dress-up boots, you know?
Yeah,
you know, not
how
real
far
high.
do they go?
They don't go real high. They're just, no, they're not high. No, they're not waders. Let's just put it that way.
Good.
I do have waders, though.
Those don't count. Like hip waders, I don't know if that counts for men's fashion, but we'll get a little insight later on. We even have a little fashion show.
We do, and
which
really
is good.
quick, today is National Bring Your Teddy Bear to Work Day, so that's why we have our little friends here sitting at the set with us.
This is courtesy of Pat Dowd, who we like to call P-Dazzle around here. He is our chief editor and photographer for the Hampton Road Show. All the great pieces that you see, chances are
He's done it.
He's
behind it.
Yep, he's behind it. And he is quite the collector of teddy bears, so he's brought a few of his little friends in to decorate our set today. Meantime, I guess it's okay if you feel secure rocking a teddy bear under your arm, bringing it to work.
Yeah, like have him go to lunch with you, do the show.
Yeah.
You know?
He doesn't talk to his teddy bear.
coworkers don't talk about you?
I don't know.
He
We'll have
doesn't
one in the
talk
buzz
to it.
center in a second. But we're talking about men fall fashion. Speaking of men out there, our first hot topic has to do with diet soda, and Dr. Pepper has taken the stance thinking they did research, the company did research, and they found that men didn't drink diet sodas because it wasn't manly enough. So there is a diet Dr. Pepper soda out there, but this new can rolled out Monday. It's Diet Dr. Pepper, and the whole campaign, they're having a macho campaign. This is, I'm not making this up, it's not for women. Quote, they want to market this soft drink specifically for men. The can is wrapped in gunmetal gray packaging. They're very specific on this, with silver bullets, because they think that Diet Dr. Pepper was too
Right now it's a
bubbly
white
and winny,
can,
and it's
right.
cute and girly. And
Would that change? Does that make a difference?
Does branding make a difference?
I'm
We
cool with
asked you.
it.
Are you-
I'm very cool with it. Anytime they market
You're right.
something directly towards men and say, okay, women, you can't have this, that's cool.
I think it's a trick.
You think it's a trick? You think it's going to work in reverse?
Yep, I do.
And then women are going to be like, well, we can buy this.
That's right. They said the same thing about, you know, fighter jets and submarines.
Yeah, because they got us talking about it, you know? That's the thing.
But you don't think
they
diet
took a
is
stance.
girly?
Fell for it again.
I don't drink a lot of sodas. I don't. When I do, I go straight for a non-diet. However, I do like Diet Dr. Pepper because you drink the two, and it tastes very similar. So
It does. That is the only, I would say, the only soda, in my opinion, that Diet Dr. Pepper does taste very similar to
If
the
they
regular
put
Dr. Pepper.
flowers on Budweiser can, would you drop it, or would you just say,
I don't
hey?
want a flower on my beer can.
Okay.
No.
Why not? So
No,
literally,
I
would a
just-
flower on the beer can not?
I don't want a teddy bear
walking
on my
around
beer
with
can
the
either.
guys.
So
This
let's
from
just
the
put it
guy
that
who
way.
was wearing
Yeah.
heels the other day.
But you know,
It was for a good cause.
branding.
Whatever.
Okay.
He's
It was
got
for
it
good
behind the
cause.
couch. Don't let him fool you. They're right behind the couch.
All right, definitely, you know, that Chris was sporting heels for the walk a mile in her
That's
shoes. Would you run 26.2 miles in this woman's shoes if you were 38, almost 39 weeks pregnant? She did it, this lady there, that right there, about 7 hours after she finished the Chicago Marathon. Her name is Amber Miller, and she finished the Chicago Marathon and then delivered her second child 7 hours later.
That is amazing.
And this was the second time she ran the marathon ran a marathon in this pregnancy.
Now think back to when you were that far along. Would you have done that? Like,
No.
could your body? And it'd be, I'm sure, like a light walk, jog. What do you
Yeah,
call
I mean,
that?
with
Walking,
Sammy, I was able to
walking.
run. I ran up to about 5 months along, and then it just got kind of, you know, uncomfortable. So
Yeah.
I mean, I think this is a very isolated case. This is a very fit person who had her doctor's advice, and I don't, you know,
Because you wonder if people are going to come down and say, why did they tell her
I'm
she could
sure
do that?
folks are going to be critical of her.
She said she ran 2 miles, walked 2 miles,
Yeah.
ran 2 miles, walked 2 miles, and this wasn't her first marathon with the pregnancy.
Right.
And she trained for it, so that means she was prepared for it. However,
And she's run marathons, I mean, tons of them for a long, long time. So for her, they tell you when you're pregnant, you can still do your normal activities. That was normal for her. You know, it's not normal for the average person.
I once interviewed a local guy who passed a kidney stone on the course and finished the marathon.
Why do you guys always want to associate passing a kidney stone?
Well, I mean, he finished. No. My point is, he finished the race. Now,
I know
if she
that is.
gave birth during the race and then finished the race, now that's really something.
You know
That
what?
would be spectacular.
I don't want to fight with you. I have
Calm
seen
down. Let's get you a Diet Dr. Pepper.
one time when I was stationed in Haiti. I was stationed with somebody, a guy who passed a kidney stone, and I do think that might be more painful than childbirth. I mean, there was like, oh, no painkiller for you.
stone,
Oh,
baby.
Well, we've
gosh.
just created our
Marathon.
third hot topic.
I know,
Is
but-
passing a kidney stone or childbirth more painful?
I don't know. That looked pretty brutal for him. Brutal.
Well, my hat's off to Amber. I mean, that's a
Yeah.
pretty amazing feat. I wouldn't recommend it to my wife. I'd say, hey, listen, let's be careful with this. There's plenty
Right.
of other marathons you can run. You can always run another marathon.
Yeah, I think, you know,
So.
you risk, you know, what if you trip and fall or just something unrelated? But, you know, then she could say, well, I guess I shouldn't drive my car to the grocery store or walk outside, you know, because random things happen.
Well, we've always heard of amazing stories in sports, and she was prepared for it. She's she was young, so we'll give it to
Look
her.
at this
But
healthy debate. That's
She was
what we
lucky.
like. We like that.
she was lucky?
She was very lucky that
fortunate.
nothing
Yeah.
out of the ordinary happened on Marathon Day, which can happen. Okay, we've got to go. Let us know what you think about it. 2 ways to do that. You can go to our Facebook page, or you can follow us on Twitter at HR_show. All right, now we need to bring in
The marathon
Jeremy.
man, the marathon
Meteorologist
weatherman.
Hey, buddy.
Wheeler.
Yes.
Oh,
Get on out of
as we
here.
send Ariane off to the kitchen, meteorologist Jeremy Wheeler joins us on the couch.
Yes, good morning.
Good morning, Jerry.
I just ran a marathon.
Did you?
Yeah, I had a tack in my toe, and you know, I had a crutch on
A
one
blood
leg.
blister.
Yeah, it was terrible. And then, you know, I was hopping along, and then, you know, I got dehydrated, and then, you know,
your
next thing you
nose
know, it started
started growing.
snowing, and it was rough out there. It was rough, really rough. So I made it though. I'm okay.
We can't complain about anything when somebody does what Amber did. I mean, really.
Yeah.
Running a
I
marathon
know.
while pregnant.
She
you
ruined
don't want to. She kind of blew us everybody out of the water.
She ruined it for every pregnant woman who's looking to be weighted on hand and foot. Oh, I can't do
Way to go,
it.
Amber.
Right.
Look what you've done.
Yeah, I didn't pop any babies out, so I think I'm okay right now.
Yeah, because that's how it happens. They just pop out. Just pop.
You know, actually, in some cases, it actually does happen that way.
Really?
Just remember, we ran some stories on it.
Name
my
one.
My mom actually said that's how I kind of popped out. Just
Really?
a
Popped
couple
out.
of pushes and boom. So, I guess it happens to some folks, some lucky folks.
Okay.
Anyway, my wife was not that lucky.
First story.
Let's move on to what's going on in the forecast. We got occasional showers developing today. So far, it hasn't rained too much. We had a few showers move through, and then tomorrow some scattered showers, a few thunderstorms. Thursday, a few lingering showers. Highs, you'll notice, are going to be in the mid to upper 70s for a couple of days. And then Friday comes along, we'll dry it out a little bit, and then really dry it out for the weekend, Saturday and Sunday. Highs near 70 on Saturday, mostly sunny, great day. 74 on Sunday, and mostly sunny. So some more nice weather shaping up for the weekend. We got 2 in a row here if this pans out, this forecast pans out. All right, so let's take a look at the pop quiz for the day. Here it is. Huge, vast, abundant, wonderful. That's all just one clue. So I'm really, giving you guys a lot here. Dark, miserable, depressing, that's the second clue. Parts Suffolk, Chesapeake, and North Carolina, and George Washington surveyed. So that should give it away right there. Whatever
Easy.
this is.
All right, today's winner receives a 4-pack of passes to Homerama. It opens Saturday at the Riverfront at Harborview in Suffolk, and we'll also throw in an Emerald cookbook. We got it right here.
Is this one signed? Is this signed?
I don't know. I haven't opened it.
We do
I'll
have a
look at
signed
it.
book. We'll see which one
Oh,
you get, but it's
okay.
a great cookbook.
All righty. Hey, Hampton Roads, do you think you've got talent?
It's Tuesday's Got Talent on Hampton Road Show this month. We've teamed up with NBC's America's Got Talent to give you a big break in showbiz by giving you your time in front of the judges at the upcoming America's Got Talent casting call next month in Washington, D.C.
All right, here's how it's going to work. The first 250 people to register on thehamptonroadshow.com will receive fast track passes to audition. 3 lucky winners will receive a scheduled audition time with the judges. All right, today's scheduled audition time winner is Dave Sinar of Chesapeake.
We'll announce another winner next Tuesday, and again on October 25th. The America's Got Talent Washington, D.C. casting call is November 4th and 5th. Log on to HamptonRoadshow.com for more information, and best of luck to you.
I wonder what Dave can do.
I don't know, but we got some talent here in the kitchen this morning with Chef Mike Farrell from Still in Portsmouth. They're one of several Portsmouth restaurants participating in the fall 2011 Portsmouth Restaurant Week. But before we get started diving into this, welcome back to the show.
Thank you.
What you going to make for us this morning?
Today we're going to make a fall fruit crisp.
Yum. What goes in all of that? Pretty simple ingredients. Look at
It
that
is.
here.
We have just some fall fruits here with some apples, some pears, some figs, dried cranberries, and blackberries.
And you are one busy man because you have what? Fall Restaurant Week this week.
Correct.
You're doing weddings.
Catering a wedding on Saturday, and then the March of Dimes Celebrity Chef auction on Sunday.
Awesome. Are you excited? Looking forward to that? Are you ready?
Very much.
Geared up
Very
to that?
much. Well, it's kind of, you know, us chefs live in the weeds, as we call it. You know, you're always busy, constantly on the go, and sometimes it's easy to focus that way.
All right.
So.
Sounds good. All right. Well, we're going to get started and dive into this. I'm going to help you put this together
Awesome.
when we come back. Thanks so much, Mike.
Thank you.
All right, still ahead on the Hampton Roadshow. Coupon consultant Lori Clayton is here today. She's going to share her tips on how to do Halloween for the family without scaring your bank account.
But first, bam! On this week's Wreck on the Road, I caught up with the one and only Emeril Lagasse. Find out why he was in town last week in just a moment.
All right, welcome back in the kitchen with Chef Mike Farrell from Still Worldly Eclectic Tapas in Portsmouth. They're one of the restaurants participating in the fall 2011 Portsmouth Restaurant Week. He's making a fall fruit crisp for us this morning. So apples clearly is one of the main ingredients.
Yes, it's the time of year. We get
Granny Smith apples.
These are Granny
Okay.
Smith. It's the time of year you get a lot of fresh local ones. I'm using Granny Smith because I like the tartness of them.
Okay.
Which I'm going to offset with this pear and the sweetness of the fig and the sugar.
Okay.
You can also use Macintosh with a nice firm
Okay.
apple. It has a nice crunch to it.
So is that the key? You want to have a firm apple? I guess maybe
Yes,
your taste preference.
Well,
to
also
the
because
red.
when you cook them down, they will turn to mush.
Yeah, we don't want applesauce fruit crisp. We want them tart and firm.
Right.
And there's a little art. You're getting the
There's a
middle
little
out.
So I've cut it in half.
Okay.
Cut it in half again.
Okay.
I come in at an angle here, and basically I'm taking the core out.
I knew I liked you. You're left-handed. And that's it.
That's it,
So this is the size we want?
roughly.
Okay.
And then I'll do the same thing with the pear.
All right.
Only in the pear you want to angle up a little bit more because the seeds are clustered more towards the bottom,
All right.
unlike the apple, which is in the middle.
Okay. Now, just the two fruits you're using in here is apple and pear. Would you make another one with other types of fruit?
Absolutely. You can use pretty much whatever you want.
Okay.
Go to the grocery store, see what's fresh, looks nice, or your local farmer's market.
Yeah.
Which we know we have here on Portsmouth on Saturdays. Every Saturday, I believe it's from 10 to 2.
10 to 2,
10 to 1, something like that. I'm
Something
usually
like just
sleeping
got,
that day.
yeah.
All right, so now I have nice flat pieces here. That's the other
Okay.
thing about doing this. So I can come back, make a nice quick dice.
We're dicing them up. Okay.
Um,
Is this do you have this on the restaurant, or is this just kind of something you like to make?
I just ran this as a conversation over the weekend, which
Okay.
is kind of like a daily or changing a dessert.
Uh-huh.
However, I do have a new fall menu starting next Monday,
Do you?
which is what I am previewing on my restaurant week menu.
So we're kind of like previewing, we're kind of like taste testing this
We are.
to see if this would be a hit. I'm pretty sure it's going to be. You really can't go wrong with brown sugar. What are these?
Cranberries?
Cranberries soaked in some deliciousness.
Orange liqueur.
Orange liqueur,
Yes.
pears, and apples.
All right. I've got about enough here. So
Okay.
what we're going to do here is we're going to, I have a pan here on medium heat.
All
We're going
right.
to butter.
Okay.
We're going to saute these.
That's what you want to listen for, that sizzle, folks. If you don't get the sizzle, you're not really rocking, right?
That's right. All right, so now we're just going to stir this around a little bit. We'll turn the heat up just a little bit.
Okay.
You don't want to cook these, you don't want to brown these. We're just kind of warming it up. Basically what we're doing is we're speeding up the process since we're on TV anyways.
Yeah, we have to do
What
it
you can
for
do
TV.
instead of sauteing this is take your bowl, mix all your ingredients together, toss it around, and then throw it in your ramekins and then bake it.
Okay.
The only difference was you would be increasing your baking time.
Gotcha, because you're not doing the already in the pot. You're going to
Correct.
have to do it all in the oven.
Correct.
Well, how long do you want to bake it for? Your oven set at?
350 for roughly 30 minutes.
Okay.
if you're using a small ramekin, you can also do it in a bigger dish, a casserole dish, and then scoop it out with a spoon. Depends. I'm just doing this because it's for sizing available. It just makes it a lot easier.
Yeah, no, you know, real nice. And for fall, I mean, we're getting into the fall season where this is the kind of meal that people
Plus,
are wanting to make
it's kind of comforting to have a little bowl of some goodness. You know, you get
and I'm just thinking here, like, ice cream would be really good on this too.
It would be. Adding my figs.
Figs. Now, if someone who hasn't had fig, what's that taste like?
Like fall.
Like it tastes like fall. That's a good way to put it.
You ever had a fig Newton?
Yeah, I love fig Newtons. Love fig Newtons.
There's your main ingredient.
Okay.
I add a little bit of ginger. I have a little bit of fresh nutmeg.
All right. Well, that smells
2
great.
sticks.
Just
Sit
the
back
whole.
for a second.
Okay, you don't.
And then we're going to saute that a little bit. We're going to stir it around.
Okay.
I'll toss it, shall I say. And we're going to add the blackberries last.
Okay.
So what we're going to do next.
Blackberries last, and we're going to have. Okay, we don't want to get ahead of ourselves. We have to wrap this segment up, but when we come back, letting this simmer.
For roughly 15 minutes.
Okay.
And then we'll put it all together and bake it off.
And I'm going to get to help with the toppings.
Yes.
Really excited. All right, Portsmouth Restaurant Week runs through Sunday. We want to have an emphasis on Virginia wines. October is, of course, Virginia Wine Month. Benefits the Portsmouth Museum's Foundation for menus and more information. You can log on to eatinportsmouthva.com. Awesome.
A fruity fall delight.
Yeah, and Mike is going to be cooking at the Signature Chef's Auction this weekend, too.
The pressure is on. My best to perform.
All right, we're in the Buzz Center, and lots of you are commenting on the woman who ran a marathon. She was 38 weeks pregnant, and then she gave birth
The
7
pressure
hours
was on
later.
her to finish the race.
And she did. She finished it in, I think, about 6.5 hours.
Yep.
Which is a
walk,
pretty
run,
good
walk,
time.
run, walk, run,
Yeah.
give birth. Talk about it afterwards.
I know. She's
It's
pretty
an
tough.
amazing woman.
Shannon says, more power to her. I didn't even feel like walking to the mailbox at 38 weeks pregnant. Cassie said, wow, good for her. And with Shannon, I was exhausted that late in my pregnancy. Melissa said she ran up until the 7th month, which was pretty good considering she got sick every day from the day we found out. She said, I think we women do anything we set our minds to, and being pregnant just pushes us that much more. Well, all right. Tanya says she was working until a week before the birth of her youngest daughter. She was 38 years old then, and she had 2 teenagers.
Wow.
I know.
When my wife, Kathy, when she was pregnant, she always complained that her feet hurt.
Yeah.
And if your feet hurt, you can't really run. Mm-hmm. What hurt the most when you were
Or
pregnant?
cook dinner, or
Right,
you know,
or-
she might have played you.
Well, maybe
Are you
she
starting
did.
to think, wait a minute?
Well, I think there's women out there that might take advantage of the situation, but we
No, I
men,
think
no
everybody's
matter what
different.
it is, you say you're tired or whatever and you're pregnant, that's fine. We'll do whatever it is.
Absolutely.
If you say you want to run a marathon, we might say, whoa, baby, wait a second.
Right. Unless, I mean, you know, you're somebody like Amber who's already done, you know, that was her normal
Then you
behavior.
support her because she's a well-trained athlete. And
Yeah, I just don't know how you keep your balance. All right, let's talk about diet soda. Sandy said, we were talking about how Dr. Pepper's now marketing their diet soda in a gunmetal colored can, you know.
10 for men.
This is not for women. Sandy says her dad always drank Diet Tab. Who remembers Tab? Not
do.
Ariane. Okay. Tab came in a pink can, people, so I don't even remember what Diet Tab looked like. He was a police officer. She said women liked it because he had their beverage of choice.
Tab was sort of a Coke Diet Pepper sort of drink, so
Yep.
it was in between the two.
I remember my mom drank Tab. All right, Melissa says my hubby probably will like the can, but not enough to drink Diet. And Chef says, Chef Eddie Lee says, wow, really? Gunmetal gray and bullets. Okay, so what happened? Did the NRA help with this campaign ad?
Yeah, they're definitely going hard for the man.
I think it's a
Gunmetal
trick.
Gray. You think it's a trick?
Yeah.
You like that, the marketing trick?
I do.
We'll see if it works.
Okay.
Hey, no trick about this next story. He is a world-renowned chef, author, and of 15 selling cookbooks. He owns 12 world-famous restaurants and has starred in over 2,000 cooking shows. He is Emeril Lagasse, and he is this week's subject on Wreck on the Road. This week's Wreck on the Road takes us to Naval Station, Norfolk, where we are joined by celebrity chef Emeril Lagasse, who's in town signing books. His new cookbook, Sizzling Skillets and One Pot Wonders.
You got it.
Emeril, tell me about your book.
It's a mouthful, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Well, this is, basically, the inspiration for the book is that as cooks, pretty much everywhere in the world, a cook has a sort of a favorite cooking vessel. It could be a saute pan, a skillet, a slow cooker, a wok. And so what we've done is we have taken the 6 most popular categories of that, and categorize them into recipes into those one-pot wonders. So there's a lot of fabulous dishes. There are dishes for everybody in there. So it's not just it's not a professional cookbook. It's a cookbook for the home cook. So all the recipes have been home tested by home cooks, and and here I am in Norfolk, right here.
Here you are. You spend a lot of time on the road. This is Rec on the Road. How do you like getting out and meeting the public?
Oh, I love the public, and there's nothing more gratifying for me than to be back in another military environment. I try to do 1 or 2 military bases, if you will, a year. Just kind of my respect and my admiration for them and what they're doing for us. And it's always great to get with them and hear their cooking stories. So I'm glad to be here.
You are the owner and executive chef of 12 different restaurants, world-renowned. What is the biggest challenge being the owner? Is it just keeping up with them all?
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's not easy. It's hard enough in the restaurant business to run 1 store, never mind 12 stores. But the reason how I got to 12 stores is because of the team that's with me. Pretty much the core of my team has been with me in the Emerald environment for at least 25 years. So it makes it a little bit easier to operate that way. It's like sort of like a great football team, you know. I'm just a quarterback.
All right, quarterback, you've done over 2,000 games. We'll say shows. How do you keep coming up with ideas for all the networks you're on?
I just launched a new show last week. It's on Hallmark, called Emerald's Table. It's 11 o'clock Eastern Time in the morning, Monday through Friday. And I got to tell you, 2,000 games, as you say. I'm having a blast doing this new show. I'm back in the studio. It's a half-an-hour cooking show, strictly cooking. I have 5 guests, so it's the hottest reservation on television because 5 people a day go on a food journey with me.
All right, we're going to a food journey with you right now. Let's describe America's eating habits. Are we a cheeseburger and chicken nugget society, and how important is it to balance in good nutrition?
Well, you know, I mean, hamburgers and cheeseburgers and nuggets are fine as long as they're good and nutritious, as you said. I think there's a balance in food, and I think what people, first thing that they keep it simple. Second thing, keep it fresh. So I encourage people to be shopping at their local farmers market. In this area, as an example, this is an incredibly blessed agricultural environment. Take advantage of it, cook seasonal, eat fresh.
Emerald, everywhere you go, people see you and the first thing they say is what?
Bam.
Bam. You ever get tired of that?
Oh, you know, that's just, you get the same thing, right?
No one says bam when they see me.
They see wreck?
Well, they say wreck, but not like you. I mean, you're walking down the hall and somebody yells bam behind you.
I just heard somebody go wreck.
Okay, all right. Well, listen, thanks for joining us on the Hampton Road Show. He is Emerald Lagasse. He says what?
Bam.
Bam. And he is this week's Rec on the Road.
Thank you.
You guys ought to take that little act on the road.
Bam and Rec.
Super charismatic guy. He is a rock star. There were hundreds of people lined up for hours, and he signed every book from noon to 4, took his time, and, you know, super talented guy, and there's a reason why. He's just so charismatic.
Yeah. Good for him.
Yeah.
Delicious. Very
Going
good.
through that cookbook.
Yeah, and
I
someone's
like-
going to win that cookbook today, too.
I like the 1 pot idea.
It's a really good
Yes,
idea.
it's your vessel.
All right. Well, whether your look is rugged or refined, the folks from Legends at Patrick Henry Ball have what you're looking for in fall menswear. We're going to have a preview straight ahead.
And don't forget about our pop quiz today. You can win a 4-pack of passes to Homerama opening this Saturday at the riverfront at Harborview in Suffolk. Along with that brand new cookbook from Emerald Lagasse, just log on to thehamptonroadshow.com, click the pop quiz button at the top right-hand corner of our screen. And we're back on the Hampton Road Show on this Tuesday morning to talk about a very serious subject with our studio audience today. They are from the Virginia Beach Justice Initiative to talk about human trafficking. I want to introduce you to Kate Kennan. And I think, Kate, when people hear human trafficking, they think this is something happening in the dark corners of the world, far, far away from here. And you're talking about right here in Hampton Roads.
Yeah, local human trafficking happening in our own backyards. Happens all over the U.S., but also in the state of Virginia, and Hampton Roads is not exempt from that.
Do you think people would be pretty surprised to learn that?
Yeah, I mean, already we've only been around since about March, but just the little exposure we've had with residents, it's a big surprise to people. It's not talked about very frequently, so I think that people are going to be shocked.
I know that you do want to talk about it. You're inviting people to come talk about it on Thursday evening. Tell me about the symposium.
Yes, so we have a symposium Thursday evening. It's happening from 7 to 8:30. We're going to have speakers from an organization in Washington State called the Shared Hope International. The president and founder from there is going to be speaking, Linda Smith. We also have agent from the FBI, Barbara Utero, that will be speaking, and a local representative from the Commonwealth, a Commonwealth attorney, I'm sorry. And with Linda Smith, she's bringing two survivors of human trafficking that are associated with her organization. So those four speakers are going to talk on what human trafficking is, what it looks like in the United States, what it looks like in all over the world, and also what the local issue is, how we can be more informed, how we can be more involved and be a part of the solution.
Because folks do have a role to play. Everyone
Yeah.
has a role to play, even if it's just awareness.
Exactly, exactly. And our biggest goal as an organization is to educate the community, because education and awareness is the biggest tool that we have. And some of the officials that are going to be there on Thursday will also give us the tools where once we know how to be aware, who we can call, who we can talk to, and how we can be a part of bringing awareness to even officials that may not be in the communities that all of us are in. So.
All right, if you would like to go and get educated and become more aware about human trafficking, we're talking men, women, and children.
It's open to the whole community, and yeah.
Okay, it's Thursday evening. It's October 13th, 7 to 8:30 at the Christian Chapel Assembly of God. It's at in the 2700 block of Salem Road. The address is right there on your screen in Virginia Beach. And children maybe might not come to the symposium, but children are victims of trafficking.
Yes, yes. Children are the biggest victims of trafficking. The age group of trafficking victims run from 9 to about 16 or 17 years old, and that's the most targeted age group. And that's both for sex trafficking and labor trafficking. So.
All right, do your part, become aware. We'll put more information about it at thehamptonroadshow.com. Thank you very much. Thanks to all of you for coming.
Still ahead on the Hampton Road Show, coupon consultant Lori Clayton is here. Today we're talking about great ways to save on Halloween gear for your little ghosts and goblins.
And Chef Mike Farrell from Still in Portsmouth is in the kitchen. We're going to check in with him and see how he's doing with his fall fruit crisp in just a moment. Don't go away. Yummy. All right, guys, back in the kitchen now with Chef Mike Farrell from Still Worldly Eclectic Tapas in Portsmouth, one of the restaurants participating in Restaurant Week here in Portsmouth, which started Sunday, runs through next Sunday.
Correct.
And you're also going to do the March of Dimes Signature Chefs event. It's going to
Yes.
be a lot of fun.
It shall be.
Today we're making a fall fruit crisp.
Yes, so I've had the apples and the pears and the figs and simmering. I've added the brown sugar.
Okay.
I'm now going to add these cranberries, which have been macerated in Grand Marnier.
I'm just going to step back just in case.
It may
anything,
flame up,
you know,
we'll
may-
see. It's,
all right.
it's not hot enough.
Okay. Watch. All right.
And then we're going to add the blackberries last. Because the blackberries are going to...
Those are some big blackberries.
They are very nice, aren't they?
Wow.
Blackberries last because they're going to cook really fast.
Okay.
And break down. You don't really want that. You want it to be visible
Okay.
and still plump and delicious when you bite into it.
All right. We have the Granny Smith apples and the pears that you cut
All
up
right, so
in
there
our
you
first
go.
segment.
And we're just going to let that rest for a second.
That smells
Come over
amazing.
here.
Yeah, we're going to make our topping.
Now we got the topping.
Biscuits.
Yes.
So you can
Biscuits.
use your leftover biscuits that you made the night before for dinner, perhaps. Use them for
or
your
breakfast and then
fall
the
fruit
next
crisp.
afternoon.
All right,
Absolutely.
what do I need to do?
So I have fresh cooked biscuits. I can't even say the word. Biscuits. We just want to crumble this up.
Okay.
You don't want to make it too fine. You want it to be a little bit
A
more
little
rough.
chunky.
Yeah.
So you're able to taste that. Sounds
Exactly.
like. All right.
All right.
Get started on. You made these? Yes, these are homemade.
I've been up since 3 in the morning making biscuits.
Have you now?
No, not
I don't
really.
see the flour on and like just throw some over your shoulder. Okay. This is going to be our topping.
All right. So we have here some sugar.
Okay.
We're just going to add this to it.
Okay.
A little bit of sweetness. The good thing about this, what's going to happen is when it cooks on top, it's going to caramelize and create a little bit of crispiness
All
to
right.
it. I have here some melted butter, just a couple tablespoons.
Not a lot,
This
not
is
a
just
lot.
enough to wet it.
So,
Now, you can dig in with your hands if you
okay.
like, if you're not scared.
Yeah,
or
you know
you
what?
can
I
use
was going to get a
spoon.
spoon. I wasn't going to go with the hands. So sugar, but this is easy.
You want to get that nice and good incorporated.
Okay.
Basically, if you think about it, it's kind of cheater cobbler crust. You know, cobbler, you take the butter, you take the
Yeah.
flour, and your sugar and a little bit of your salt, and you kind of knead it in.
Okay.
So this is kind of the same thing, same idea.
But you don't want to coat it too much with all that butter, then it'll get soggy.
Correct.
Right? Okay, just
Absolutely.
enough to. All right.
All right, so
This is
now,
done.
so now that's about the texture you're looking for, nice and kind of, you know, big chunks, little
Okay.
chunks, and all everything in between.
All right.
All
Now we're
right.
going to fill our little ramekins.
So now we have our
Let's
a
see.
mixture.
Wow.
I'm sorry. I've done this a few times.
Clearly.
All right, so
Look
now we're
at
just
that
going to
color,
spin this in.
though. Wow.
You want to get a little bit of the fruit and make sure you,
Not filling it all the way up to the top.
not all the way,
right?
because we're going to put the biscuits on top.
Okay.
You want to make sure you get sauce in there as well,
Mm-hmm.
so that it doesn't come out too dry.
Okay. And about it? And you want your oven on 350? 350.
And you're going to bake them for roughly 20 to 30 minutes.
Okay. Topping.
All right, so I'll do one, you do one. How's that?
All right, that'll
all
work.
right,
Just
so
show me
spoon
what
that in,
needs to happen.
and just kind of push down a little bit.
All right.
And that's all you have to do.
I
It's
can
that
do
easy.
that. All right, tell me a little bit more about Restaurant Week. What you got going for
Well, this is
that?
the fourth time that we've done it.
Okay.
We did it in the spring. We're doing it again in the fall. It does benefit the Portsmouth Museum Foundation, which the Children's Museum, if you haven't gotten there yet, I was there last week with a friend of mine, and it is amazing.
Yeah.
I encourage everybody to go down there and check it out.
Okay.
And also come see us at Still at the restaurant.
Located?
On Court and Queen, and there are about 10-ish restaurants participating in Restaurant Week, and it should be a good time.
And your fall menu rolls out Monday.
Correct.
And we're taste testing this fall. I know I can't talk. Fall fruit crisp to see.
Well, come back. It's not
I'm
baked in the
thinking
oven.
this is a hit, Mike. I'm just gonna say that I think I'm gonna call this, that this needs to be on the menu.
Well, starting Monday, you'll be able to come to Still and try it.
Yes. What do your recipes come from? Did you decide to try it out?
Pretty
Trial
much,
and
for the
error?
most part, yeah.
And you're a tapas restaurant, so
Correct.
you
Small
kind of
portions.
small portions serve. And can you give us anything, maybe what you're going to make? I know it's like a big secret at the Signature Chef's event Sunday.
Yeah,
What
unfortunately,
how are you feeling about it?
I'm feeling pretty good. I'm using local ingredients, and I'm going to hopefully showcase in the best way that I know how.
How many years have you been doing that?
The chef auction, 3 years.
Okay. I remember I judged a barbecue contest earlier
Yes.
this summer that you were at, and you guys took home, I think, best
slaw.
Best slaw. It was pretty amazing.
Well, thank you.
All right, we're going to try these, pull them out the oven at the end of the show and taste them. And
Sounds great.
I'm telling you, I think it's a winner. But we'll
hope
come
so.
back and see. All right, we'll be right back.
All right, Halloween is right around the corner. Now's the time to start getting those costumes ready here with some great ways to do that without haunting your bank account. Lori Clayton, the coupon consultant, she's also going to talk about treats and decorations too. But let's start with the costumes. You got a cute little horsey costume right here.
I do, and we've had it forever. I have to tell you, we got that on clearance after Halloween, and we've just kind of kept it. They love it for dress up, or they'll use it
yeah.
for lots of different things. And so I think we paid $4 or $5 for that, and it's typically a $40 little thing. And what it is it fits around the kid, kind of like suspenders, and so the horse fits around them.
Right.
Yeah, and it looks like they're riding the horse
Okay.
as they walk. Yeah, super cute.
Very
But I have
cute.
to tell you also, talk to friends about costumes.
Yeah.
Because
Oh, yeah.
just this last year, one of my really good friends, her daughter was determined to be a unicorn. A unicorn. Well, guess what? We had a unicorn costume that we had gotten on clearance, and we were able to pass that along. And so, very unusual to find a unicorn, but talk to your friends, see if there's some swapping you can do. Look online. There's some places that actually you can get them cheaper and still get them here before Halloween. And also be creative. You know, don't be worried about making your own thing. My daughter wanted to be a Dalmatian. We got a white sweatsuit and black fabric paint, and just painted.
That was it?
Yeah, and that was it. So be willing to be creative a little bit. Look
Yeah.
at some ideas like that, and you don't have to spend $40 or $50 on a kid's costume.
Yeah, and I mean, it's always nice when you can start with clothes that already fit them.
Yes.
You know?
Yep, and
All
that's
right.
great. And that's great. Okay, treats. You know, you can find some coupon deals with treats, that kind of thing, but also think outside of the box. Evaluate how many kids you've got coming over. You don't want a whole bowl of candy left over afterwards. We don't want that at our house.
Right.
And so, evaluate. And I love these because it's something that's a little bit different than candy, maybe not
Yeah.
nutritionally better, but it is a little different. And it's, Rice Krispie treats you can toss in
And
there.
there's 40 little ones
There's
in here.
40 in there, yeah. And it was a little less than $5 for that, so I was
Okay.
willing to pick that up. Decorations. Think out of the box. Christmas is out, so we've already got the Christmas stuff out. Look for lights there. You can already get some, if you're wanting to decorate your porch for that night, that kind of thing. Think that way. But also, okay, paper sacks. Headed to Walmart. This was a little about $1.50. This little white pack was about $1.50.
There are 100 of them.
I mean, yeah, it's 100 or 50.
It's less than a penny a bag.
Yeah, it's less than a penny a bag. It's great stuff, and look at this. I mean, you get those little lights that flicker, the battery-powered
Yes.
lights that aren't going to be the fire hazard. Put them on your mantle. You can line your sidewalk with it, and you've got the little ghost
I
too.
like the
just
little
flip. Yeah,
ghosties.
I like the little ghost better
That's
too.
really cute.
But you just flip it up, and you can even, if you want it to look more like a kid, wrinkle the bags, that kind of thing. It's kind of cute that way. But yeah, there are always things out there that you can do, and don't forget the after Halloween sales for next year. Already start to plan for next year because there are things you can pick up, 75% off.
Yeah, and that's pretty much going to go for all the holidays, isn't it? Because I think a lot of times people are so exhausted after these major holidays that when they see the, clearance, they may think, oh,
Yeah.
no more.
No, but it's definitely the time to pick it up and go ahead and put it in a box and set it aside.
Yeah.
Because you can save major money that way.
And write yourself a note and put it on the fridge that you bought that stuff already.
That's right. That's
where
right.
you put it.
Or put it in your calendar as a reminder for
Yeah.
a year from now, and it'll pop up.
Good idea.
Yeah.
All right, if you want more information, more of Lori's great ideas for Halloween, and, you know, just get ready because we've just got a tsunami of holidays coming our way.
Yep.
Lori will be here throughout the entire season, and we're so glad. You can find Lori's website at our website, thehamptonroadshow.com.
Still to come on the Hampton Roadshow, t-shirts and sandals are giving way to sweaters and boots. We're going to get a look at fall fashion trends for the men from the folks at Legends at Patrick Henry Mall.
And then we'll show you how some fast-paced ping pong action helps homeless families in Hampton Roads, putting the fun in fundraiser at the Ping Pong for Poverty charity tournament last week.
Hey guys, Karen and I back in the buzz. We have some friends with us.
I know, it's Bring Your Teddy Bear to Work Day, so we did.
We're having them do they're chilling in the buzz with us, so
I'm
they're
just
going
kidding.
to just
These
be there.
teddy bears belong to Pat Dowd,
Yeah.
our photographer and editor
Chief
here on
photographer,
Hampton
so
Roadshow.
thank you to him. They're all around the set. All right, this morning talking about, we're getting a lot of comments on Amber.
Yes.
This mom who was full term, she ran 26.2 miles.
Yep,
And
she
then
said she combined running and walking.
she delivered the baby 7 hours after that. Corinne Maple says, when I am pregnant, I have to remind people that I am pregnant, not disabled. Melissa Lambert Butcher says, with my first child, I ran while I was pregnant and rode my bike to work when I was in labor. I didn't even know it. I arrived at the hospital at 7 a.m. She says, good for her. The human body is so amazing, especially a woman's body. I agree, Melissa. And let's see, Ashley says, I ran all the way through my pregnancy, had him in August of this year, but never did over 8 miles the entire time. I was just too hungry all the time, and towards the end, my back would hurt after a few hours. Each woman is different, and I think she did a pretty amazing job.
But you wonder, like, if the baby gets really used to kind of
like,
bouncing along, you know,
He
with
comes
all
out
that
and is
running.
like, hey, Ma, where are we going today?
Right.
Let's see, we have another comment really quick. Amanda says, I think that's great. I've never run a marathon, and I don't know if I'd risk it that late in the pregnancy, but ask me again in 24 weeks when I'm ready for this baby to be born. So she must be pregnant now. Congratulations.
Oh, hope it goes well.
And then over to Diet Dr. Pepper.
Right.
Apparently they think their normal Diet Dr. Pepper can is not manly enough. So they're coming out with a new can marketed toward men. It's a real macho campaign with like specific packaging, gunmetal.
And they're not being subtle. They're
Something like that,
saying
like
this
gut
is
menthol.
not
There it
for
is.
women. It's not
It's
for
not
women.
for women. Like, just straight up. There was no way to sugarcoat it. It's not for women.
Okay.
Garland says, LOL, the things these companies waste money on. I've never thought of soda in terms of manliness. Taste is my biggest issue. Frankly, if I have to drink diet soda, I'd rather have water, which I drink out of a flask. Got to be manly about it.
That's funny.
Mike B, he says, I drink both diet and regular. I very rarely drink Dr. Pepper. I miss the taste of sugar in soft drinks. And Nati says, good health, bad health. Which one would you choose?
Yeah.
And then earlier you were talking about Tab.
Yeah, remember Tab?
I don't remember Tab, but there's a picture. I guess there was Diet Tab. They get on me that I don't know old school stuff. But you know what? That is okay. I'm gonna find a Tab and try it out. So, of course, you can always follow us too. We're on Twitter at @HR_.
Good luck finding that Tab. I would check the Smithsonian.
I'm gonna go on eBay or something.
All right, cooler weather means it's time to trade in those short sleeves and flip-flops for sweaters and boots. Here now with a look at some of fall fashion trends for men is Exa Tant from Legends at Patrick Henry Mall. Exa, give me a quick rundown of what's new for men, because to me it seems like we don't have a whole lot of options.
Oh, wow. Everybody's slimming down. You know, they're wearing vests, V-necks, a lot of knits, snapbacks, and it's just really exciting. The fashion is really changing, and we're really excited about it because it's new for us.
Okay, well, I see that you brought some models for
I
us, got
did.
some hot new looks for us.
Yep.
Tell us what we got over here, Exa.
This is Tim. He's in a North Face vest and a Lacoste V-neck, and we do really well with those. You'll see that he has on Levi's, and it's really slimmed down with the polo boots and the knit hat. And, you know, it's a cool trend. It looks very fashion forward. Looks good.
Okay, so no tuck in, everything's hanging loose. And loose is still in?
No, it's definitely slimmer fit, but,
Okay.
you know, you don't want to look too together. You know, you want to look just slimmer.
And relaxed, of course. Okay, what do we got now, Exa?
All right, next coming up is DeMarcus. He has on a 10 deep woven, and that is a new line for us. We're doing really well with it. We're excited about it. With the snapbacks. Snapbacks are huge for us now. It's pretty much taken over our hat business. With the Levi's and Timberland boots, and the flat back pockets on the back, too, of the jeans, and we're excited about that too.
Let's talk about the print that he's got there. It seems like every couple years it changes. It goes from
Yes.
purple stripes to a lot of that looks like that. I guess that's the hottest look now.
Definitely plaid is in.
Plaid is in.
Yes, that country look kind of comes involved in that. So the Western look, I would say.
Western look,
Yeah.
country look, and of course the boots sort of set it off to make it look like it's
The
a full
workwear type of.
workwear and the tough look.
Yeah.
And let's talk more about the hat. A couple years ago, it was the trucker hat.
Yeah.
And then it's like the sport apparel. Now it's you said
It
the
went
snapback.
no, totally fitted to snapbacks, and it's a young, youthful look, and it's pretty much taken over that style.
All right, that's good. Okay, what do we got now, Axa?
Okay, coming up next is Chatez, and he has on the Adidas Samoas with a matching track jacket. Samoas are pretty much one of our very top style Adidas shoe with a pair of LRG jeans, and that is a true straight cut, so it's a little bit slimmer than normal. Used to be the classic baggy fit, but it's gone really slimmer with a clean V-neck, and this is a custom hat that we made, and it's a fitted, and it's very trendy, and it totally hooks up. That hat was made to match that whole outfit, and that's a new era hat.
Yeah, he's definitely matching from head to toe.
Yeah,
he's got
very
a
sharp.
Flyers hat. Talk about accessories for men as well, and we'll bring the rest of the guys out. Hey guys, come on out and you guys can share the screen. What about accessories for men? I opened up a magazine the other day and it had a bunch of man purses, satchels, and stuff like that.
Yeah. Well, backpacks are really big for us, and sacks, sackies they call them. They're the really thin drawstring sack, and we do very well with backpacks. North Face, JanSport, Nike, Jordan do very well with those. So they use them for their laptops, their iPods, and yeah, it works. We do really well with them.
Okay, so this is a fall look. I don't see a whole lot of sleeves here other than the last one. So you're going to have
they can easily layer that. But yeah, we're fall, the winter's going to be really big for us. A lot of outerwear. We have Mitchell and Ness, Stahl and Dean, Nike, and we've got some we're excited because it's all new to us. So.
That is very cool. Excitan, if you want to find out more about this fall fashion, check out Legends at Patrick Henry Mall, or check out their website at www.shoppatrickhenrymall.com, or you can call 249-5933. Excitan, guys, thanks a lot. You look great.
Fall fashion is in.
I like the vest.
Yeah. Well, right
Gotta have
now
your
we're
arms free.
trying to give you your trivia answer, but
Is that distracting?
well,
Just
it looks
say it
like
with the
the
vest
vest
like
you're
you're-
swimming.
You
You like swimsuits?
I do. All right, yesterday on the Hampton Road Show, all right, here are the clues for
There
our
we go.
thing.
Huge, vast, abundant, wonderful.
Dark, miserable, depressing.
Part Suffolk, Chesapeake, and North Carolina.
And George Washington surveyed this piece of property. Chris Reckling, do you know what the answer
you know
is?
it?
I do. How about Ariane? Do you know?
I had some help, guys, as usual. He walked in.
It's
All right.
smoky. That's
Actually,
another-
Chef Mike said Great Dismal Swamp.
Great Dismal Swamp.
So
Who helped you?
I think he's right.
Who
It's a
helped you?
very smoky area. How about
Who
that?
gave it to you?
I told you, Chef Mike.
Chef
He
Mike.
always gets them. You?
I get a little bit. I give me credit where credit is
Get
due.
him on
a little
occasion.
bit.
See, I brought you luck since I wasn't here.
That was a quick change out of your Adidas jacket and sneakers and everything. That was-
Yeah?
Yeah.
The winner gets
It's unbelievable.
4 tickets
stuff
to
over there.
Homerama this weekend.
That's right.
Anna
Good
Emerald
prize.
Lagasse cookbook. So
Cool.
Maybe
2 for
son.
1.
All right. Yesterday on the Hampton Road Show, we talked about some of the crazy things that you would do for a charity fundraiser.
All right, well, now we're going to show you a fun way to raise some money.
Recently in Virginia Beach, Ping Pong for Poverty brought in 2 of the best players in the nation. Let me introduce you to ping pong man Scott Price and his amazing son, Austin. Table tennis is a way of life for Scott Price and his son, Austin. Most days are spent like this, pounding the little white ball, working the angles, and sharpening their shots. While these 2 players are near the top of their sport, Scott is quick to point out that this game is for everybody.
20 million Americans are crazy about this sport around the United States. They're playing everywhere right now socially. They're playing in nightclubs, they're playing in table tennis clubs, boys and girls clubs, and schools all across the country.
Scott has been dazzling audiences with table tennis comedy and trick shots for more than 25 years. He coached and directed training programs at the U.S. Olympic Training Center in Colorado Springs, Colorado, before becoming a national spokesman for the sport.
For any sport to develop as an Olympic sport, they have to start at a very young age. We prefer elementary or middle school for presenting the kids. That's why we bring national champions like Austin in. He gives a spark. Austin started at 3 years old, a little bit crazy, but he saw ping pong balls when he woke up, when he was born.
And it's paid off. His son Austin is a 9-time national champion. His sport has taken him to 9 different countries, including China. He hopes it one day leads to a spot on the U.S. National Olympic team.
I get a lot of things out of this sport. I really love it. Been playing it my whole life, but most of all, I get, it's a very quick sport, and you just achieve fast reflexes, and I get to play people from all over the world, and constantly get to meet new people, and I get to do things like ping pong for poverty, just to give back to the community, and that's the best part. That's what I love.
The U.S. National Championships are coming to Virginia Beach in December.
Really?
It's leaving Vegas after like 40 years and coming to Virginia Beach.
Wow.
That'll be really cool.
That's a big deal.
That is a
That's
big deal.
huge.
Convention Center. So I'm sure we'll talk more about that in December.
Thought I was going to be led with some claps, but I was just one. All right.
Hey, let's all go over to the kitchen and then we can clap from there, huh?
Okay, Chris, let's go.
Guys, I told you this is a winner. Chef Mike Farrell from Still in Portsmouth. This fall fruit crisp. This is amazing.
Thank you.
It says fall, it screams fall, and it tastes like fall.
And we got our morning biscuit in here.
Yeah.
We appreciate that.
And the little topped it with some whipped cream.
I like the biscuit topping. It's light.
Yes.
But it's really
Crunchy.
New menu rolls out Monday. You're going to be at the Signature Chef's March of Dime on Sunday, and then you're involved
Restaurant
in
week all week. Come
restaurant
on out and
week.
support the restaurants.
Good job, Mike.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, thanks again to our studio audience. Don't forget about their symposium happening Thursday evening, the Virginia Beach Justice Initiative, trying to put an end to human trafficking. It's happening here, people, so learn a little more about it. You can find more about that and everything you saw here today at thehamptonroadshow.com.
That's right. Thanks to Extant from Legends. See you guys tomorrow.
Have a good morning.
Bye.
Yep.